Wild Card Weekend is here. Let's make our picks for this game. Take a look at the AFC playoff schedule. The Colts going to Houston, taking on the Texans Saturday. The Ravens host the Chargers on Sunday afternoon. Then you've got, of course, the NFC as well. We know what the score is, right? 4 teams sleeping, 4 games to be played. Let's start with Saturday's game. Give your picks. We're starting with Peter.
Colts, it's so funny, Kay, that we spend 3 hours every day for the last 5 straight days hyping up these games. And now in the final moments of our show, we have to pick these games, and I'm so torn on all of them. For the first game, Colts-Texans, the Booger McFarland special on ESPN, I am going with the home team, the Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson, when the lights are the brightest, always steps up. I am taking the Texans. Kyle, who you got?
Oh, I'm going to go. Let me jump in. I'm going to go with the team that has the most balance, and I feel like Deshaun Watson and that offense are strong, but they're anchored by that defense. J.J. Watt has sacked Andrew Luck more times than any other quarterback, and just imagine if they both would have been on the field the same time the last couple years, which they were out because of injury. So he's going to get after Andrew Luck and make him uncomfortable. You make him uncomfortable, you have a better chance of beating him. I'm going with the Texans.
I feel like the Colts should win. You can talk about their strength at quarterback, their strength at coach, their strength is all around as a balanced team, but I'm going to go with the Stars. I want the Stars, the superstars, reside with the Texans. So I'm going to go Houston wins.
3 for Texans.
I'm the lone wolf, guys. I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Houston Texans and Deshaun are set up for the future and have a lot of playoff runs. Not this one. Andrew Luck has been too good against them. This team has way too much #mojo under Frank Reich. They've lost 1 game in 3 months. Colts win, guys, in this one.
I thought we were giving all our picks all the time, so I apologize. Now let's go to the next game, guys. Sunday, Chargers, Ravens, Peter.
I've been saying it all week. Chargers have a lot on their hands here, but I think the Ravens are just playing with destiny. I'm going to go with the home team, the home squad, and the team that gave them the business 2 weeks ago. I love what the Chargers season has represented. I think it ends in Baltimore with that defense. I'm taking the Ravens to defend their home turf and beat a 12-win Chargers team in what might be the grittiest game of the entire NFL season.
Whew.
Yeah, the playoffs represent the tough teams, the ones that are hard as nails, the ones that can run the ball and play defense. And there's no better team in the playoffs than the Baltimore Ravens at running the ball and playing defense. I'm going with Lamar Jackson, Jackson, and the Ravens to win this one.
You and I see this game very differently. You were on the sidelines for it, and it might have looked and felt different. Watching at home, you keep using words like pummeled and like put in a phone booth. I didn't see it that way. I saw them leading a game-winning drive, and Antonio Gates fumbles the ball. I don't think he makes that mistake again. I don't think they brought their A game. I think it was below them, that performance. They bring it on the road where they play better, undefeated outside of L.A. Outside of L.A., they're undefeated, so I'm going to go Chargers.
Okay.
Bolt up, baby.
I'm going Chargers, too. I'm going Chargers, too. Peter, you told the story of what they've done on the road, how they've traveled, how tough they've been on the road. And it's going to come down to a game-winning kick by my guy, Michael Badgley, the Money Badger, for the win. I love Baltimore. I think L.A. wins.
All right, let's take a look at the NFC matchup. So on Saturday night, the Seahawks go to Arlington. They take on the Cowboys. Sunday, the Eagles fly to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Let's start in Texas, Seahawks, Cowboys, Peter.
I'm going first with the home team here. I'm going with the Cowboys. I know the Seahawks have all the experience, and all week I've been kind of inching towards how I wouldn't want to face Russell and Pete. I think this game is a 12-9 game, and it's ugly as heck, and it's won in the trenches. And I think Ezekiel Elliott is the star with 160 yards rushing. Cowboys advance. Dak Prescott gets his playoff win.
Wow.
This game will come down to the 2 quarterbacks, the 2 running backs, and the linebacker core for both groups. And I feel like whoever will have the best fourth quarter, and that's Russell Wilson, is going to win this game. I got the Seahawks winning this one.
No disrespect to Russell because he's the huge X factor for the Seahawks. If I had to flip a coin because I think it's so close, I'm going to go with the team that's playing at home, Cowboys.
Okay. I think that Tyler Lockett will make big plays like he always does, but I think Amari Cooper will make the bigger ones. I'm saying with the Cowboys at home, reaction shots of Jerry will be the best.
Last but not least, let's hear your picks for Eagles-Bears.
I love what the Bears have done. It's been an awesome story. I would never in a million years question the magic of Nick Foles after the last few weeks and what he did in the Super Bowl. Just based on the mystical reasons alone, I will go with the Eagles. I don't know how, I don't know where. Yeah. I don't know what's going to take, but I think the Eagles get the best of them. And Nick Foles, I would never question you in a big spot.
If you're in a casino, you ride with the hot hand, the magical one, and that's Nick Foles. It's deeper than magic. The man can drop back in that pocket and deliver the ball with the best of the quarterbacks in the league. He's still on that magical run that we saw him go on last year. I'm going with the Eagles.
Mitchell Magic hasn't won since October, so it's weird that the home team situation, I'm the most pragmatic one at the table in picking the Bears.
The Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl parade was February 8th, 2018. At 5:10 a.m., I showed up to the Rocky Steps. This is what it looked like. You look at that moment, there's cries of joy, there's jubilation, there's happiness. The Eagles fans are literally holding me up and supporting me. It was metaphorical, one of the best days of my life. Did you see how I got a running start?
What do we got there?
I got a running start, and I jumped up, and I just stopped cold like that. That's what the Bears D is going to do to the Eagles offense. This Eagles team is not coming off a bye. This Eagles team is not playing at home. And if I've learned one thing about Philadelphia in the last year and the people there, they have a very keen detector of BS, and they can spot a fake. I think that I would tell those people you would much rather have me pick against you and mean it than ride with you and fake it. I love this team. You go and win this game, I'll buy you a Yingling, no problem. I think the Chicago Bears win this game.
All right, those are our picks, baby. We'll be here on Monday to break it all down. Of course, you and I will be disassembling that shrine, or you to keep it going even if
Maybe so. I might be wrong.
I mean, somebody's going to have to do it for you. You can no longer get back in there.
I believe in Foles.
No,
I believe in Foles.
You can't. You just some of the best storylines that the weekend and the games have to offer. It's a segment that we are calling Storyboards, guys.
All right.
I want to tell you a long story.
All right.
Not long. I know Kyle's attention span, but about brothers long. Two brothers who grew up in Virginia, living and breathing football, who both found their way to the NFL, following in the footsteps of their Hall of Fame dad. This is Chris Long, veteran NFL defensive end, former #2 overall pick with 11 seasons under his belt and 2 very drippy rings that punctuate his NFL legacy in the history books. This is Kyle Long. He's a little brother, an NFL guard whose talent has somewhat been concealed by injury. He's missed 22 games over the last 3 seasons, still, though, one of the faces of the Bears organization, a Pro Bowl-making game changer in Chicago when on the field, despite considerable adversity. So the Long brothers, they've actually met on the battlefield twice before. Both clashes ended in decisive victories for Walter Payton Man of the Year, Chris, Big Bro, back in 2013, the Rams 42-21, and just last season a stunning 31-3 win for Chris's Eagles. So bit of a bad taste in Little Bro's mouth. This means war. This is the playoffs. Kyle making his postseason debut against his brother's Super Bowl defending champs in his house. And not just against the Eagles, the team, but very likely against him literally.
Yeah.
We may see Little Bro blocking Chris in what one Princeton graduate and Nick Foles Shrine cultivator is calling the best game of the year.
Game of the year, Adams.
Have you heard that, Kyle?
Yes, I have.
Kyle Long has already said, Sunday, we're not related. Now, to add another layer to the family affair, Sunday also happens to be their dad, Howie Long's birthday. And according to Kyle, Mom will be there somewhere nearby, likely covering her eyes as she watches round 3 of long ball on the big stage. So the way I'm thinking about this, for Chris, he's looking down the road to join rare company as a 3-time Super Bowl champ with eternal bragging rights over his little brother. And for Kyle, Sunday is an opportunity. Sunday is a shot to add to his own legacy in his team's first playoff appearance in 2010, to his family's NFL legacy, which includes 3 rings and a gold jacket, and a chance to say, hey, thanks, Chris, for always stealing your remote and changing the channel and for giving me noogies and wet willies when we were kids. Thank you. This is for that. So this is the story of the Long brothers. So when you're watching this game on Sunday, keep a close eye on number 75 in blue and 56 in white, because few things are more entertaining than a good old sibling rivalry.
Page 36. Did I get that right? Is Howie's birthday?
Sorry?
It's Howie Long's
It's
birthday?
Howie's birthday on Sunday.
This is great.
It's a perfect gift.
You know why I like this? We always hear all this about Eli versus Peyton. They don't really play each other.
They're like-
I want direct physical combat between brothers, right? This is the real deal.
So Kyle, obviously, he's been banged up this year. Trace, he was back on the field last week. Jordan Howard, it is no surprise, he's running like crazy now. Kyle Long's back. He played unlimited snaps, less than 30. Obviously, Chris Long's part of a rotation, but maybe, just maybe, the 2 in the world and the magic of Foles and all of that will bring those 2 together, and we'll see who gets the best of who.
We were in London. The Eagles had just beaten the Jaguars, and I'm at a restaurant. Chris Long is sitting there, and I'm like, hey, man, great game. And he's forlorn. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, did you see Kyle just hurt his foot? Like, they are that connected with each other, and for them to be playing against each other in a playoff game, Diane Long will be in the stands, Howie Long will be in the Fox studio. I'm sure it'll be really calm for him watching that game when his 2 sons are going at it.
Imagine being Kyle the past 2 seasons, and notice Chris has been through it. I worked for the Rams when Chris was on the Rams. He went through before he got to those teams that took him all the way. And to be seeing the confetti, he even told the Sun-Times last year after the Eagles win and all the green confetti, he said, man, I really wish this would be orange and blue sometime soon. And it very well could happen, but they got to get past Big Bro first.
Yeah, and you know what? I got no sympathy for how nervous Howie's going to be. He has 2 sons playing in the NFL. I think he's had a pretty... My son knows what the cow says. I'm happy. You and your nerves, get out of my face. You've done well for yourself.
What if you're the mom?
The mom is a different story. Howie played the game. He knows what's up.
What do you wear?
I don't know.
Neutral colors, Kay. Neutral colors.
Yeah, that's the shot that I want to see. I want to see them in the stands somewhere or in a suite.